Hello, I'm Panos Kotzathanasis, and this is Asian Movie Pulse Interviews. Today I'm here with Sanjay Perumal, whose film Macai is having its international premiere in Rotterdam. How are you, Sanjay?
I'm good, Panos. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So,
Right.
two consecutive years with a film in Rotterdam. How do you feel?
I, uh, it just happened, but feel a bit exhausted actually.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, all right. So, but tell me a bit about, okay, I saw the film and I felt that you were inspired a lot by Lynch, David Lynch and Quentin Tarantino in your approach. Well, are they some of your inspirations regarding how you approach this film?
Uh, I quite like noir films a lot, film noirs. And particularly, I like recently after I've written all the script, and then I happened to watch Only God Forgives and also Diawinan's Black Hole Thin Eyes and also Wild Goose Lake.
Mm-hmm,
Like aesthetically, I was inspired by those films, these very beautiful films,
mm-hmm,
aesthetically. But I've been writing this story for past 5 years ago, I think 5 to 6 years ago. I've been writing this. Yeah, but pretty much I was inspired by the noir films and feels, But more than that, I tried to be um I don't know. I just try to capture the feel. When I read some crime stories or anything, that whatever feels that comes true, I try to stay true to that particular feel. Then I try to interpret and see how does the feel I can interpret it into visual.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That was the idea in terms of mood, in terms of story, and particularly, yeah.
mm-hmm,
Yeah. And of course, like I really love David Lynch, Eraserhead. That kind of mood, the very disturbing mood. Uh, yes, it's a beautiful film. Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And
Mm-mm.
the inspiration behind the story?
Inspiration behind the story is it's a very known plot. And I also heard something about this many years ago. Many years ago, I heard something happen similarly in Malaysia as well. When I was a kid, I listened to this kind of story that some it's a very common story, I would say. And I thought, why don't I take a common story and then I try to expand the feelings, maybe the mood, and yeah, that's how it happens actually. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
very thin plot, very known story, but then I was trying to make it on my own. How does it feel? Yeah, just an
mm-hmm.
experiment. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. And
Mm-mm.
why did you choose like to have the whole story taking place in Lingapura, which is an imaginary country, and not just say Malaysia, let's say?
I would say in terms of the process, it's easier. If I want to apply for all these applications, and then it might take years. I don't know. And more than that, I'm more interested in truth rather than the facts. So people can still get the truth beyond I mean, whether it's imaginary or not. So that's my approach. I didn't want to emphasize more on the facts, just focus on the probably truth. Yeah. So
Hmm,
that's
hmm,
why the approach. Yeah.
hmm. And
Mm-mm.
tell me a bit about the three main characters in the film. They are very different between them, right? Well, how did you
Yeah.
come up with them, let's say, and why did you have them being so different?
Uh, some of the character I've seen in my real life. Some of them are my friends. Some of the character that I've seen when I observe them, and from that character, I try to make them peculiar a bit. Some of the character I try to make it peculiar. Maybe some that type of character doesn't exist at all. It's just my imaginary that what if this particular character. So it was pretty much inspired by the real characters that I've seen, but I try to make them more peculiar so that they have the range and difference between them. Hence, the drama will be much more bigger when we have
Hmm,
the difference between the characters.
hmm, hmm. And
Yeah, yeah.
And tell me a bit about the main protagonist. You have him, he always looks like he has a problem, like he's anxious or in trouble. He never speaks. So why do you have him like that, let's say?
Uh, Personally, I like uh, even in my real life, I don't express much using the words. So I try to express in some other medium. So hence I chose to be a director. So it's easier. I mean, probably now only I started to express by words, but I used to be a silent guy. So probably when I imagine the character, maybe that character, I like the character to be silent and to express in some other ways. And also I like this main actor Karna. So I like his eyes, and he's really can express without saying much. And then so I thought it's very suitable. And then I just explore that with this character and also with this actor. Yeah, that's how it happened. It's just maybe I like those kind of characters that doesn't talk much. Probably, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You identify with him a bit, let's say, with how he conducts himself, let's say.
Probably, no idea. Probably.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. And how about Ossi, who is someone who never stops talking, drinking, doing drugs, doing jokes? How about him? Is he one of your friends in real life like that?
A lot, a lot. I've I think that's the dynamics, because I don't speak much, but my friends they speak on behalf of me, and so we kind of attract. I mean, the opposite always attract, right? So my friends always been talkative, been loud, and I'm comfortable with them as well. So I've who sees a representation of maybe a 4 or 5 friends of mine, probably. I seen them, I know them. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Hmm. And tell me a bit about the scenes where Siam is having sex with a woman or he is with that woman. They are kind of different than the rest of the film. You also have like different music and a different visual approach. Can you tell me a bit how you shot them in general?
Mm, in terms of the visual and the music, probably the keyword is to be trippy, probably. Um, Initially, the idea was between meditative and also the trippiness. So that's the keyword. So I want the movie to be in between of violence and serenity. So I like to play with these two contrasts. My films, I think, is always deal with duality as for now. So I like that how I'm attracted between duality and also the non-duality. How does it work? So as for now, I'm exploring the duality. So in terms of duality, I'm exploring the silence and, as I mentioned, uh, the the serenity and violence. So hence there's something that connecting both, I guess. Probably that's the some loud chaosness. I mean, there's a silent chaosness. So I find it the music could be represented well with the trippy or meditative kind of meditative. It might be more silent. Probably trippy is just a bridge to connect these feelings. Hence I chose this music. Yeah,
The
and
music
also
is
the visual as well. Yeah.
and the music is original or are there known tracks? I'm not sure.
We compose our music composer Niroshan. He composed all the tracks.
How did you collaborate with him, let's say, about the music? What did you ask of him, let's say?
Usually, because he worked with me, collaborated with Fire on Water as well, so he kind of know my process, and I also understand his process. So usually, I explain about the character, I explain about the script, so I make sure that he really understand the entire world. And sometimes I do share some of my playlists, and then he know some of the music that I've been listening for so long. So he kind of understand, and he really did his research and homework, and then he comes with his interpretation of, and then that's how we usually work. Yeah. Mm.
And in general, about the cinematography, I see you have two cinematographers. You have Gwai Lou, who is also a filmmaker, as far as I know, and there is one more.
Yeah.
How did you collaborate with them?
Uh, Actually, it's just Gwai Lou for the
Ah,
movie. Yeah,
ah,
yeah, yeah. So he I collaborated with him in Fire and Water as well. So that's the first time I collaborated with him. And this time, I think we kind of get more bonding in terms of like he understood my working style, and I really understood his working style. At some part, when we were shooting, like I was thinking that it might be good if the camera can move a little bit while we are rolling, and then he'll just do it. So it's more like an instinct. It's for some certain extent we the lesser word within us, but probably he kind of more understand in terms of, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but uh it's very instinct based probably.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, yeah.
mhm. And in terms of visual, I'd say that this is your most impressive movie, I guess. Like, so was that one of your purposes to do it more impressive in visual terms, let's say?
Thank you for your. So I mean, because in the Jagat, and also I didn't have much resources.
Mm-mm.
Even in Fire and Water, I don't have much resources as well. But most of my energy went into the writing and into grooming the talents. So I couldn't engage in terms of the making and in terms of the visual. So I thought maybe I want to focus more this time. I wanted to be in the director seat more. So probably I found a balance in between in terms of distributing my energy within within the resources. And yes, I wanted to explore that part as well. I really like the visual medium aesthetics. So I thought, why don't I go full out and see all out and see how what will happen. And yeah, we I'm kind of I like the result and quite happy with the result. Even
Mm-hmm.
though we could do more, but as for now, with these resources, I feel happy
Mm-hmm.
with this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is also your most expensive movie so far in terms of budget?
Not really.
Not.
In terms of budget, it's the same budget as Fire on Water, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah. Mm.
And tell me, a lot of the movie takes place within a car. How was shooting those scenes? I mean, it's
Oh yeah,
difficult to shoot inside the car, I guess.
yes, yes. But then I'm really lucky because I have Gwai Lou and his team. They really know their stuff, and then Gwai Lou is like very handy and very independent spirit. So credit to him actually. So on how he really make things happen. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Mm,
Hmm. And were
mm.
the actors okay with shooting so much inside the car, or were they complaining?
They're fine. I mean, in Malaysia, like I pity the actors also because they have been trained in a very hard way, and so they are very hardcore in terms of that. So they didn't complain at all. In fact, they said this is the most relaxed shoot for
Oh,
them. Yeah.
okay, okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Since you mentioned the actors, how did the casting work for the film?
Yeah. As because I've been working, I've been repeating my actors. I like to work with the same actors again and again. Only the guy who acted as Jack, the Irfan, he's the first time I collaborate with him. But I've been following his work, and just for the particular that character, we had some audition, and from that. But I kind of like his this aura, and apart from him, the rest of the actors, I mean, the one who used to work with me, collaborate with me before. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah.
And but Kuben Mahadevan, am I pronouncing his name correctly? So
Yes, 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 yes.
tell me a bit about this club scene where he dances like crazy. Is that improvising, or is he doing what you ask him?
Uh, Basically, it was written there. Everything was written there, but probably he enhanced it, he amplified it. But everything was written there, and we already mentioned that these are the action that you're going to do with very crazy stuff. But I think, yeah, he managed to pull it off, I guess.
Uh, So in general, you are strict with your actors, or do you allow them to improvise?
Usually I'm strict during the rehearsal part. But then during the shooting, we all just surrender because it's very hard to predict what is going to happen during the shoot. So I'm quite very, very flexible during the shoot. But then before that, we are really strict in terms of the preparation. But during the shoot, we just surrendered and then we just allow things to happen.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. Okay, okay. And what is the situation with Malaysian cinema right now, particularly the Tamil movies? How is it going, you'd say?
In terms of Tamil movies, probably out of 10 movies, 1 or 2 movies are trying to break the barriers. The rest of the movies are still following the templates of the Hollywood Indian cinema. And similar things with the TV series also. There's a lot of TV shows are given. But then I would say there are some young people who breaking the barriers, but then it's still within the mold of Hollywood cinema, I would say.
Mm-hmm,
Maybe 1 or 2 people are trying to break it. Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And did your previous film screen in Malaysia?
Jagat was screened, but Fire and Water we are going to release this year together
Okay.
with Macai as well. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And in general, do like Tamil people from Malaysia go for Tamil movies, or are there from the other like Malays and Chinese also go for Tamil movies usually?
Recently, because of the mainstream Malay movies, it's based on action movies, right? So a lot of I think Tamil and Chinese people have started to watch mainstream Malay movies.
Uh-huh.
And as for Jagat, like for independent cinema, it happened. Luckily, it happened for Jagat, whereby like I would say maybe half or maybe more non-Indians came and watched Jagat like 10 years ago. Right now, for the independent scene, I think it's happening slowly, but for the mainstream cinema, it's already happened, I guess, because of the grandeur, visual grandeur. People are easily attracted to watch
Mm-hmm.
it, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the last
Mm.
question, I guess, any new projects? What are you working on after this? I guess it hasn't premiered yet, but I'm sure you have some
Yeah,
plans moving forward.
yeah. I As for now, I'm thinking to take a little break. Just trying to just trying to explore new perspective and probably trying to unlearn. I don't know. I need a break, maybe 1 or 2 years. But I do have a lot of plans, but I'm not sure which one to kickstart, or shall I like keep it everything in a box and then do something else. So I'm trying to explore new perspective, I would say. Yeah.
Mhm. Well,
Mhm.
great. I guess that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Manos. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Just